What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely incredible day. I know I am. If you are, please feel free to smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're hyped for the video. And if you don't press like, no joke, no scam, I will sell your family's farm to a cockatoo. That's right, birds are taking a huge step up in the economy, guys. You guys should know that better than anybody. And I will sell your family farm to a cockatoo. I know what you're thinking. Ryan, cockatoos can't run a farm. And that's a little racist of you, okay? How dare you assume that a cockatoo can't run a farm? Do you have any idea the type of pressure that cockatoos have put onto them when they're younger? So anyways, now that we got the cockatoo thing out of the way, I hope you guys are all having an incredible day. My name is Scrubby, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about the time this guy with steroids destroyed a taxi me and my friends were in, or like raged on it, I guess. This is another more recent story. I've been traveling a lot, as you guys know, over the past like month or so. I've really just been going around, having the time of my life, just traveling, doing my best to upload content on the road so that way you guys get your content. And this was a crazy one that happened a little bit ago, so hopefully you guys enjoy. I mean, that's the point. But without further ado, let's get into it. So this story takes place in LA. For those of you guys that don't know, I live in Las Vegas, but I was in LA for a couple weeks hanging out with some friends. They're not YouTubers or anything, but you know, they're just my friends that are like pretty close, like family. So we decided to head down to LA for a couple weeks, and we had a great time. It was a pretty long trip, I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of been all over the place recently, but nonetheless, we were it was like the first couple days of our trip, I don't know, but we were just getting used to LA. And for those of you who don't know, LA's weather is pretty great, you know, even when it's hot, it's not that hot, but whatever. We were kind of hitting up some parties, some dope spots, and overall just having a good time. But when you're hitting up the parties and the dope spots, you don't want to drive because it's dangerous. I wasn't hydrated or anything. Susan, stop. Susan, stop. But you know, it was to the point where none of us wanted to drive. So we decided that we were going to get a taxi. No, we didn't get an Uber. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you get an Uber? I don't know, all right? Maybe we were a little hydrated. So whatever, we're leaving this party and my friend decides that we're going to get a taxi. So he calls a taxi and he's like, oh, we'll be here in 20 minutes. So whatever, we're kind of waiting outside this party, shooting the crap and just talking. And like I said, it was a pretty poppin' party, you know, like we were not in the middle of nowhere. There's people going in and out. We're having conversations with people going in and out. We're having a good time waiting for this taxi. It was just about time to start heading back to the hotel and go in for the night, right? But as we're waiting, we hear a ginormous commotion coming from the party, and we just see a giant group of people like forming one of those circles around a fight, right? And we're not really trying to get involved because for some reason, whenever there's a fight and I get involved, I end up in the middle of it getting punched or punching somebody, and that's never too fun. So whatever, there's this giant group of people, and the party, why we were leaving is really like, not only were we tired and had to go early, but it was also getting out of control. You can feel when a party's atmosphere changes from, hey, we're just gonna have a good time and have some drinks, to, hey, we're gonna punch each other in the face until someone gets murdered, and it was starting to slowly turn into that, right? So whatever, this big ball is fighting, and it's slowly moving down the driveway towards us, and that's when this big group of people breaks away from this ball of people and just starts running towards us, and they're shouting, run, run, run. And so me and my friends start laughing because we're like, oh, look at these really drunk guys trying to run away from the fight, trying to scare everybody. Like, we're really not too pressed about it, okay? We really don't think that much bad is going on because, like I said, when a bunch of drunk people come running at you saying run, like, you're like, oh yeah, sure, what happened? Is White Castle out of burgers to cure your hangover? You're really not too pressed about it, and we were just having fun waiting for our taxi, so we don't really think about it. So as soon as these guys run past and are like, run, run, run as fast as you can, you'll never catch me, I'm the gingerbread man, our taxi pulls up and we're talking to the driver. We're taking a little bit to get in, and you know, we open the back door and we're getting ready to jump into the taxi to go for our ride back to the hotel. And while we're talking to the guy, we don't notice that the crowd behind us, that big ball of people that was watching the fight, yeah, they've kind of dispersed, so we're not really paying close attention to what's going on behind us. And as we're turning around, I feel a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and there's this dude covered in tattoos from head to toe. I'm talking, he's got the whole SoundCloud rapper effect going for him. Head to toe. His face is covered in tattoos. His toes are covered in tattoos. I'm pretty sure he had an eyebrow tattoo. I couldn't see it underneath his hair, but I'm pretty sure it was there. And this is the type of guy that when he taps you on the shoulder and makes you turn around, you expect to get murdered. Like, this guy looks like he's fought at least 75 people in the last 25 minutes, all right? And that's when I realized some of the tattoos is not red coloring. He is covered in other people's blood. Like, this guy has just got in a fight. He was definitely who people were watching in the middle of the pile, right? And so so he kind of looks at me, I kind of look at him, he can see the fear in my eyes, and he just like reaches out his hands to shake it and says, hey, and I'm like, hey, and he goes, well, and he says his name. Honestly, I don't remember it because I was too busy thinking I was about to die, and so I don't want to offend this guy, right? Like he sticks out his hand to shake my hand, and you don't say no to the crazy guy covered in tattoos, you just shake his hand. So I shake his hand, right, and I'm like, oh, how you doing, man? We talked for like a minute, and I think the fear in my eyes must have been crazy because all my friends immediately got in the car and were just looking at me like, let's go. But I didn't want to piss him off. The guy was huge and could definitely have ripped me in half with his pinky toe and his pinky finger, all right? I'm not trying to make a guy that big and that capable of killing me mad. So we get in the car. Yeah, I wish him to have a good day. He wishes me well, and I'm like, wow, we kind of dodged a bullet, right? So we're sitting there in the taxi, and my driver's window was rolled down, or our driver's window is rolled down, and our driver was a really big guy. He kind of looked like an NFL lineman, you know, but like after he got out of the league and lost the fat, he was a big dude. Not as big as the guy covered in tattoos, but here's two really big dudes. So he's trying to like talk to the taxi driver, and our taxi driver is not feeling it, right? And he turns around and he has a big tattoo on his back, and it says, I don't want to say what it says because it's very bad, but let's just say they were not the good guys in World War II, okay? And he looks at me and I look at him and I do a shrug because I did not know that tattoo was on his back. I was just face to face, and I kind of lip like he's scary, and the guy just kind of shakes his head. So whatever, the big tattooed guy turns around and goes to shake my taxi driver's hand, and my taxi driver just like kind of shakes his head no, which, to be fair, kind of important, my taxi driver was black, and this guy had a tattoo of people who don't like those people, so I can understand why he was a little apprehensive to shake hands with the dude, right? And these two dudes are jacked. Like, together, they probably could have sunk the Titanic. They were basically as big as, you know, the iceberg that sunk the Titanic. So, right, my taxi driver goes to back out, and I guess big homeboy covered in tattoos does not like this at all, right? And just starts wailing on the taxi. Hands, fists, elbows, knees. I'm pretty sure he bit it for 1 second. Who bites a car? Apparently this guy does. So whatever, this guy's got his chompers half down on the taxi cab. I feel like I'm in a game of Temple Run trying to dodge this dude. And so he slams on the gas to try to get away, and he pulls out and starts gunning it in the taxi down the road. And you might be thinking, oh, you lost the guy. No. Here comes Big Man running after the taxi cab, full sprint, somehow, miraculously, with Captain America's speed, is like right behind the car. We're going probably about 20 miles per hour at this point, and he is gunning it, still trying to wail on it, like he's swinging for the fences, trying to hit the car that I'm in. All because this dude wouldn't shake his hand, but also, you know, he was scary from the start. I didn't really know what his tattoos were. I was not exactly staring at what his tattoos were, but he was definitely not the type of guy you want to hang out with. So, finally, our taxi gets around the corner, and I think we're good, right? So we come around this corner, and right there, of course, is a giant tow truck blocking the road. Stupid people in LA don't know how to park. They don't use taxis. They don't Uber. So, of course, we're stuck in the middle of the road, and around the corner comes the guy. And I just shout before he gets here, lock the doors, lock the doors, lock the doors. So everyone locks the doors, right? And this guy is banging on everything. He's smacking the window. He's smacking the doors. He's beating everything. Keep in mind, he was covered in a bunch of red stuff that was very thick and gooey and looked like blood, so it's all over the car. He's hitting it. At one point, he hits it so hard that his knuckles burst and there's just everything. He rips off a rear view mirror. He starts trying to smash in the windows with the rear view mirror. So we're all sitting here slack-jawed thinking that this is gonna be it, right? And finally, our taxi driver gets out of the car and manages somehow to get this guy to go away. He like spits in his face, he throws the mirror at them, and then he just starts running away again at the superhuman speeds that I just described, like Superman fast. But before he runs away, he looks in the backseat to me and my terrified friends and just apologizes. Like, we're gonna be like, ah, nah, cool, dude, you just beat this car into submission, but that's perfectly reasonable. And our taxi driver's slack-jawed, we're all slack-jawed. He asked if we knew the guy, and we're like, no. He apologized before he ran away. And I don't know what type of steroids that guy was on, but they had to have been like horse angry, like horse adrenaline, all right? I've never seen somebody so fast and strong in my entire life. And when he's banging on the hood of your car, trust me, it's nothing to see. It's like if Captain America was a bad guy, all right? Like him and Thanos together were snapping their booty cheeks on everybody that would listen. 0 out of 10. You would not really love it. Our taxi driver calls the cops. The cops come. We explain what happened, and they're just kind of like, did you know him? And we're like, no. Our taxi guy gets his taxi company to send another taxi. He explains to the driver what happened. The driver takes us home, and the entire time I'm like, oh my god, this this is gonna be a good story time. I need to save it when things are a little slow towards the end of the month, but this is gonna be golden. And you know, crazy guy. I don't think they ever found him, mainly because he ran off into the night like a wildebeest on steroids, which is probably what he was. And moral of the story is, parties in LA are full of people that will punch cars until they bleed. That's right, he made a car bleed. On that note, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. I'm going to go take some steroids and try to get superhero in strength. I don't think I'd have Roid Rage. I'm going for more of a Captain America vibe where I'm low-key saving the universe, you know? You know what we could do, guys? If we all take the super serum, then we can get pregnant and have super babies, and that's what's up. Super babies are like the cutest things ever because they have super cute abilities, you know? But let's not get pregnant if your steroids make you a roid raging guy who's low-key stuck in 1942 with his tattoos and is going to beat a taxi cab. On that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully I'll see you guys again with another video. I'm out. Peace. Look at me go.